BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
With Faye Hatcher.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
It's 11 minutes past 10 now. It's always great to have live music on the show. And this band joined us just back in March, and they've done so much since. Local band, the Cuban Hills. Good morning. There's only two of you.
Good morning.
Yes, we've had a bit of an argument, and we've decided to get rid of the other members of the band
and
go it alone as a duo. We're going to call ourselves Steel Sheath.
Yeah, medieval rock band.
Medieval
It's
rock.
the only way forward.
We're going to go for this kind of chainmail outfit kind of thing.
Fantastic. And that will go down really well in Gloucestershire as
I
well,
think
with
so,
all of our
yeah.
medieval
We're gonna,
fairs.
War of the
It's a real
Roses
heritage
kind of
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. You're joking, aren't you?
No, not at
No.
all.
Oh no, this is terrible. Well, last night there were five of you, definitely five of you on stage at the Watson Hall in Tewkesbury, and now there's two. We've got Joel and Aaron with us today. I imagine the rest of the band are taking it easy this morning.
Probably still in bed.
Yeah,
watching
nursing.
Hollyoaks Omnibus or something.
Oh,
a
I
Sunday,
don't.
isn't
Why
it?
aren't they? Yeah,
Is it
it's
Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Why aren't
See,
they
that just goes to
listening? Why aren't they listening? A lot has happened since we last spoke to you in March. You've got a release out on the 10th of October, Mr. Branham, which you're going to play for us today on the show.
Yeah.
And you had She's on Fire, which was out. It did really well in the charts, didn't it? The
was
indie
a
charts.
hit single.
It was.
apparently.
How did you feel about that?
Oh, very proud.
Yeah.
Very proud. It was
And
like
you?
having a child and loving it. As opposed to having a child and not loving it.
That would just be wrong.
That would be wrong. If you're going to
I
have
feel
a child,
sorry for
at
your
least love it.
child.
I mean, even if it bombed, we'd still love it.
Yes.
It's like, it is literally like having a child.
Well, you've got to love it, haven't you? You've got to be proud of it, and even if it does really, really badly in
Yeah.
the charts,
Which,
you've
you know.
still got to say we're proud of this.
Definitely.
It's our baby.
It's
we
your
love
baby.
you, really.
So you've been very busy since March. You're just doing a tour at the moment, all the way around the UK. Where have you been? Where have your journeys taken you to?
Well, we've been to Huddersfield.
Huddersfield.
I played to
That's the
10
furthest
people.
we've
That
been
was
so
nice.
far.
10 people.
They loved it,
Yeah.
though. They were really into it, and we all had a good, like...
We got them
chat
to stand
afterwards.
right in front of the stage, and we played on our knees.
Oh,
so
right.
it kind of made the room look busier.
And we asked them to move around and sort of put their arms out so they look bigger.
Okay.
And we've got London tonight,
Brilliant.
and then Sunderland, and Leeds and Sheffield Monday, Tuesday.
So just give us a little potted history, if people listening today may not have heard of you. You're actually a local band, aren't you? And you've
Yeah.
kind of moved further afield. You've moved down to Bristol now, but you actually started off in Tewkesbury.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah. That was
the
the
chant
chant that
of
we were doing last night.
local people from Tewkesbury. I wake up saying that every day, actually. So what does it feel like to come back, after doing, the dizzy heights of Huddersfield with 10 people?
It's good,
What does
actually.
it feel like coming back
We haven't
home?
been lynched yet, so that's
Oh,
quite
right.
nice. No, it's just always, like last night, it's nice to catch up with people. It's a bit overwhelming sometimes.
The
You know?
Tewkesbury gig's lush because it's like loads of people you haven't seen for ages. And,
Yes.
You know,
And
Little Jimmy,
little Jimmy
Big Pat.
and Bill.
yeah, Bill.
Yeah.
It's just,
what about
Everybody was
Margaret?
there.
Was she there?
Ever since that thing with Joel, she doesn't come to the
Oh,
gigs.
let's not talk about that.
Shouldn't mess, you see. So lots of people there last night. It was really packed out. Young people, old people like me, sat up in the
Young people
balcony.
going nuts.
There's a lot of noise coming from
Observing.
the balcony, actually.
That was me. That was
Who
me
was
going.
that swinging from the butt? Was that you?
Oh, that was my
Yeah.
little monkey that I brought. I was sat up in the balcony with the old people, and I was observing. I observed quite a few things last night. So let's go through. So very busy,
Yeah.
lots of people there, old and young people, and discovered last night a new dance craze called mosh and push. Mosh and push. Now, moshing, people, is basically like pogoing, but really banging your head at the same time. But these children, they were children last
They
night,
were, yeah.
moshing and then pushing each other
It's
over.
like a cross between Strictly Ballroom and Clockwork Orange.
It was crazy. I was getting off on it, actually. I was getting very excited. They're going to wake up with very sore heads this morning, though. I've done it. I've been there. And it's not clever. It really isn't. So you did a great gig last night. It was fantastic, including a brilliant
Thanks very
raffle
much.
as well, which was quite surprising.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I like doing raffles. I mean, there's some friends of ours that are in a band called Snatch 22, and they do meat raffles.
Meat raffles.
Yeah, and where basically, or any kind of a raffle, they'll have a raffle. Everybody that comes to the gig gets a ticket.
Yes.
And they'll bring like a prime piece of loin or something, and
Fried piece of loin.
and they'll just ruffle it, and they'll, so
That's
like
great.
halfway through the gig, and they've got this briefcase with the Goonies written on it,
Oh,
and they've
right.
got this light in it, so that when they open it up, it looks like there's like gold in it or something.
But it's just a piece of
And meat
meat.
treasure box. Yeah.
What did you win in the raffle then? If you were the lucky person holding number 6 raffle ticket?
It was an MP3 player.
Well, that's not bad,
with
is
our
it?
songs on it, which you could obviously delete.
Did
if
it
you
have
wanted
all
to.
6 on there? 5.
I'm not actually sure what was on it. I didn't check.
Oh dear. Well, no doubt they'll find out quite soon. You've got Mr. Branham coming out on the 10th of October. Who is Mr. Branham?
He's a coffee jar.
He's a coffee jar.
Yeah.
He's not an old geography teacher or something like that.
But yeah, he's kind of everybody that
The name comes
we ever
from
knew.
a pot of coffee.
Yes.
The name comes from a pot of coffee, but the idea is generally that guy that you know that has a black belt in conversation.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, and you're going to perform that in a few minutes' time. I was talking to Lee, my boyfriend, last night, who read a very interesting article about the future of Watson Hall, and it seems a little bit uncertain.
Oh, right.
I don't know whether you knew that, but you've played a few gigs there now, and.
Is it uncertain because of us?
Yeah, exactly. It's all going downhill now. There's a certain clause. I think that the guy who founded Watson Hall said to the council, this is a great place for young people to meet and perform, and there is some question about whether Watson Hall will continue in the future. I mean, pretty
think
sad
that-
to lose somewhere.
It's a real shame. There's nowhere to play in Gloucestershire. It's bad.
When we were at school, like we did like a couple of one-off gigs there, and like every time we played it, we got everybody from school, and it's such a great venue, and we were always like, why doesn't it get used more like this, And it's just like there's so many venues like that, like the Axiom in Cheltenham. So, it guts me. I walked past it the other day, and I hadn't been past it for ages, and I looked at the courtyard, and it's all overgrown, and it absolutely, I almost cried. It's really
It's a
gutting.
real waste,
I've
isn't it?
seen great gigs there. I've played gigs there. And it's just, why aren't people using that building? It's such a good building for like people to get together and for bands to play. And it's just.
So we could do with more venues in Gloucestershire for live music. But I mean, Watson Hall last night, just brilliant atmosphere and, old building and just loads of characters. It is a shame. So where are you going next? What's your next move now? Have you got an album coming out?
An album to record.
An album to record, yeah.
Album to record.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh,
but,
right. You better get starting writing
I
on
think
those songs
we're
then.
going to record again probably. I think it'll probably be in the new year now.
Yeah.
And decide what that's going to be. An album, a single. I don't know.
Okay.
Have to wait and see, really.
Okay.
An EP.
And so.
An EP.
And you've got lots of, you were saying last night, lots of music that people can download for free off the internet as well, off your website. So lots of information if people want to read more about you and what you're doing, your tour dates, all online. What's your website?
www.thecubanheels.com.
Brilliant. So you're going to play Mr. Branham for us today?
Yep.
Indeed.
Excellent. And it comes out on the 10th of October. Take it away.
Super.
Joel and Aaron from
I thought
the
we were
Cuban
going to have a
Hills.
song first and then we'll play it. Take them by surprise.
And the story goes, Mr. Branham is a black belt in the art of conversation. See, it's a social thing. He say, I'll pack your theories in a whiskey jar or message bottles on the show. See, the tide takes more. Believe what you like. There's no wrong or right. Mr. Branham's too late. He missed his boat and plane and train. He said, I'll sell your story in the shoes you're in. Tomorrow's just a day from here. Said I'll do it then. But now you're talking in the present tense. I taste that coffee, jump the fence. Mr. Branham, run away. Believe what you like. There's no wrong or right. Mr. Branham's too late. He missed his boat and plane and train. He said, I've been walking while my blues keep stalking. My muse needs exploring. I've spent too much time at talking. All my blues needs exploring, all my muse needs unstyling. In it goes. Gotta cut loose of these hometown blues. I'll pack your things and shoot the moon. See tomorrow soon. But now I'm thinking, should I love it here? I still got time for one more beer. Mr. Branham, are you still here? Believe what you like, there's no wrong or right. Oh, Mr. Branham's too late. He missed his boat and plane and train. He said, believe what you like, there's no wrong or right. Oh, Mr. Branham's too late. He missed his boat and plane and train and plane and train. Oh yeah.
Hey, it's those 10 fans from Huddersfield have come down to the studio to give you a round of applause there.
We were talking about the tape that you play after that, and we were saying it would be nice if you could have got like
Some booze.
and then some
right.
laughing.
Oh, okay. Maybe next
Really
time.
evil laugh.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Brilliant
very
signal. Signal. You what?
Signal. It is a signal.
Yes, it's a signal. It's out on the 10th of October. It's called Mr. Branham, the Cuban Hills. Best of luck, and please keep in touch. It's always great to hear from
Will do,
local
great.
bands
Thank you, Faye.
doing
Thanks, Faye.
really well. See you soon. Cheers.
Thanks.